All right, light up those pumpkins, everybody, because we are live. Let's see who else is awake and alive out there tonight. Happy Michael Myers Monday, everybody. Welcome to it. If you're new here, my name is Matt. We are Halloween Daily News, and this is Michael Myers Monday, live, our weekly gathering and geek fest with fellow Halloween movie franchise fans, Michael Myers fanatics, and pretty much everything in between. So welcome, and to all my returning friends, what's up, everybody? Happy Michael Myers Monday. Welcome. We made it through another week, made it through another Monday, and like I say every week, that in itself is reason to celebrate. In addition to it being Michael Myers Monday, less than 2 months away from the release of Halloween Ends and everything else going on with this franchise. Welcome to it. How's everybody doing tonight? Happy Michael Myers Monday, y'all. All right, turning over here to the live chat for just a minute. Let's see who is lighting it up in here tonight. I see my friend Phil is in here. AC Fall Guy, what's up, man? The great David Sewer. Jim the Hopper video vlog guy. Jenny is here, of course. Michael Audrey Myers in the house. The Rapture is here. Halloween Verse is here as well. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Megan has checked in. Cam has checked in. Rob Windsor is here. Brett Patrick. Awesome. Good to see some of our channel members in the house. When you see members with their lit up name and their cool emojis and badges next to them, they're channel members. It's $5 a month, and you get to see certain videos early and other cool perks. You can click the join button when you get a chance if you want to think about doing it. It's just $5 a month. Basically, it's a way to help support us and help us keep the lights on around here and keep doing what we do. So if you like what you see, think about becoming a channel member like some of these other guys here. Let's see who else is in the live chat this evening. Oh, man. Yeah, that is awesome. I see Brett commented earlier that he went to his Spirit store that just opened and scored that Spirit Halloween exclusive Michael Myers bauble with the hedge from '78. We talked about that before, how I think we pretty much, our audience, meaning you guys, not me, I haven't ordered it yet, we sold out Spirit, their website. They don't have them on their website as of right now. Maybe they'll put them back up there. Maybe they'll get them back in stock. But as Spirit Halloween stores are opening, the physical stores are opening all over the country right now. Happy hunting for that. I've been to one Spirit location so far, and last week, and it has not, it did not result in very much purchases for me. I did make one tiny purchase. I'm gonna show you here in just a minute. It's not even a brand new item, but I just could not have my very first Spirit visit of 2022 and leave completely empty-handed. I'm trying to be good. I've spent a lot of money recently, spent a lot of money last year. I'm going to spend a lot of money here soon. A lot of what we're talking about tonight, a lot of tonight's news has to do with various merch announcements and updates. We do have a little bit of Halloween Ends news to talk about. A couple very small news items, some small but tasty morsels of news content that we're going to get into on Halloween Ends tonight. Not too much. And again, just another couple merch updates, and not a whole lot tonight, not a whole lot to go over. So fire up your questions and comments in the live chat. I'll do my best to answer and to interact like we always do. And if I can't answer, I'll at least maybe offer my take on whatever you throw out there. So, and of course, we'll do some shout outs at the end of the show like we always do. So I think you guys are here on a good evening. Yeah. Again, a little programming note. Next Monday, we're not planning on doing a Triple M live show. That's because we're going to be on our way back home from Concord, North Carolina. But tomorrow, Make your plans to join me during the day for a live breakdown and discussion of the new Terrifier 2 trailer that is dropping tomorrow, quite fittingly, on Terrifier Tuesday. That's coming tomorrow right here on the HDN channel. Again, if you like what we do here on Mondays, join us for all of our live streams and all of our news coverage that we do here on HDN. And then, of course, this weekend we're going to be at Mad Monster Expo, but I'm going to talk more about that later on tonight. First up, like I said, tonight's show and tell, it's nothing too huge, but I did stop by a Spirit Halloween store recently. I hope you checked out my walkthrough. The one we visited in Williamsburg, Virginia, was not quite all the way put together yet. There was a couple new animatronics plugged in and working, but they did have a lot of the smaller items set out, and the bigger animatronics, some of them were completely assembled, they just weren't turned on yet. But like I said, I didn't go overboard. I didn't really get much. It was mainly just a sightseeing thing. If I'd seen that Hedge bobblehead, I definitely would have snatched that up, something like that. I did see the new Trick or Treat Devil Mask there, but luckily I had already ordered mine online, so I already own it, so I didn't need to pick one of those up. But the one thing I did pick up for $1, and again, this isn't even exactly a brand new for 2022 release, but it's new for my collection. And long before I even collected Michael Myers collectibles, I collected shot glasses, believe it or not. Wherever I would go, starting as like a teenager on like some family vacations. Did I start as a teenager? Why was I collecting shot glasses? I guess it was in my early 20s. I guess I started collecting shot glasses avidly. And basically whenever I'd go somewhere new, like somewhere on vacation, a new city or something, I'd always try to get a shot glass from it. So I got a bunch of them. But of course, recently I got some horror-themed ones. I do have another Michael Myers one. It's actually the Halloween 07 Tyler Mane Rob Zombie shot glass. And again, it's shot glass in name only because it is plastic. It's a plastic shot glass. But for $1, you can't beat it. And this one, as you can see, again, that Halloween 07 shot glass, I actually use it to concoct my weekly Michael Myers mango twists that I'm always drinking here in my Michael Myers mug, also from Spirit. Not this year, though. So for $1, I didn't have the Resurrection shot glass yet, so I had to pick it up. It's also quite fitting because about a month from now, we're going to be at the Haunted Screams Expo in Hampton, Virginia, where Brad Laree, who played Michael Myers in Halloween Resurrection, is going to be appearing. So it'll be good to see him again. We met him for the first time in 2018 at the 40 Years of Terror event. On the back side, I don't know if you can see that, but it says, "Have a Knife Day." We've seen that on a lot of the Spirit merch, that "Have a Knife Day" saying, tagline that they've used on quite a bit of the Resurrection and H2O and Curse of Michael Myers licensed merch. Of course, now, kind of starting this year, we're seeing a lot of these items transforming into officially licensed Halloween 2 items. Some look almost the same. So I'm curious if we're going to get an H2 shot glass this year. But in any case, I did not own the Resurrection shot glass yet, so now I do. One to stay on the shelf, and the other to keep using for the Michael Myers mango twists on Michael Myers Monday. All right, let's get into some news. Thanks, Jim. Says that's awesome. Michael Audrey Myers agrees it's decent. Let's see. It's me, says Madonna Monday. Nice. Anthony's asking, when is the new Inns mask coming out? Funny you should ask that. That is one of the items that I plan to discuss in the Halloween Inns update. So let's go ahead and get into that now. again, we don't have a whole lot to go on right now as far as Halloween ends, but there have been just a very few little nuggets, little fun size news bites that have surfaced in the last couple days that we're going to go over, and one of those has to do with a small update on the Halloween Ends mask. So thank you for asking for that. But first, the first thing we want to talk about with Halloween Ends tonight is this image that was shared on Instagram earlier today, actually, on Michael Myers Monday by Jamie Lee Curtis. She didn't use the hashtag Michael Myers Monday, but that's okay. She did share it today, though. And her caption says, "First day of the end. I cannot wait for you to see what we made for you." And then she tags the official Halloween movie Instagram account, Andy Matichek's account, and that date, 10/14. And here is a great new shot of Jamie Lee Curtis on set there with her on-screen granddaughter, Andy Matichek, and of course, the film's co-writer and director, David Gordon Green. Jamie has been sharing quite a bit of photos in recent days, you know, on her socials, Halloween Ends related material, doing her part to hype up the film. But this is a cool flashback and a set photo that we've never seen before. Okay, also, on Halloween Ends, you might recall a few weeks ago we reported on John Carpenter appearing in person at the Steel City Con in Pittsburgh, and he was one of the special guests at the event. And we reported at the time on an interview he did with a Pittsburgh newspaper, where he had a couple new comments about Halloween Ends. Well, when he was there at the convention, of course, there was a Q&A panel, and of course, the subject of Halloween Ends came up very briefly a couple times. Now, I'm not going to go into every single thing he said because most of it is pretty much exactly what he said before and what we reported on before. But there were just a few interesting tidbits that I will paraphrase for you briefly. There he is with our friend Sandy Johnson at Steel City Con. And this video was shared here on YouTube by the Fandom Spotlight channel. So, in a nutshell, he again states that it's Halloween Ends, but of course it's not going to be the last movie. I mean, the only thing that can truly kill Michael Myers, as you guys have said, is bad box office, and that is what John Carpenter has made clear plenty of times. That's what everybody has made clear. As long as the film does not lose money, I think it's absolutely assured that this is going to go on. And I'd say even if it lost money, it's going to go on. It's just going to take longer for it to go on. In any case, he reiterates that as in his very Carpenter-ish style, in other words, brief and briefer. He also slight possible spoiler alert. I mean, not really, and I'll tell you why. But again, possible spoiler alert here. Okay, because he does at a certain point in the Q&A, it seems as though he stops just short of basically saying that Michael Myers dies in Halloween Ends. Now, you're like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Well, you can watch the clip for yourself. I'll put the link in the live chat here in just a minute, and when we're done here, I'll put it down in the description of the video below. You can watch it. But what he's talking about is, this idea that can you kill Michael Myers? And he reiterates what he said, in the first part of the answer. He reiterates what he said before, and what I've told you guys that he told me when I interviewed him myself a few years back for HalloweenDailyNews.com. You can find that interview there anytime. But that is the fact that Michael Myers, yes, he is a man, but at the same time, he is more than a man. He is a force, an unstoppable force. So the question of is Michael Myers supernatural or not and all this, from the beginning, the fact that he gets up at the end of that movie, and we don't even see him get up. We do see him get up behind Laurie, which is amazing, but I'm talking about the very end of the 78 film. The fact that he is not dead. He's still out there. That sets up and confirms everything that Loomis and Tommy Doyle, to an extent, knew and believed about the boogeyman. And that's what John always embedded in that character. So when he says that, and then, he says essentially, and I'm paraphrasing again, I normally have the exact quotes. It's been a very busy day. We're getting ready to go out of town. So I don't have the exact quotes here for you tonight, but I'm paraphrasing a bit. But what he says essentially is that you can't kill Michael Myers. Well, you better wait and see Halloween Ends. And that's kind of how he puts it. So, in other words, they're trying to put an end cap on Halloween Ends. That is part of the marketing. It is the end of the saga. You know what I mean? But here's my bigger point on all of this, that I think some people, and again, you guys tell me what you think, but I feel like too many people get obsessed with this idea of, is Michael going to die? Is Laurie going to die in this film? Are they both going to die? One of them going to die? They've both died before in previous films, and off screen as well. So, and they've been presumed dead at the end of previous films, even though, those deaths might have been somewhat retconned later on, so to speak. They've died before. I mean, by all intents and purposes, Michael was dead at the end of Halloween 2. I mean, even in John Carpenter's mind as the writer of the film and as producer, I mean, that was their plan. He was dead. The key thing of that genius perfect ending of 78, of course, is that he's not dead. He should be. By all logic and reasoning, after everything that we watched happen, he should be dead. But then he's not there, dead on the ground at the end of the film. Boom, end of the film, perfect ending. Halloween 2, they do give us that ending. The mask is burning, it's over, and the damage left in his wake is that final shot. Laurie, damaged, scarred for life, living inside that trauma forever. And that's the ending of that film, and that's the story that they tell and how they end it. So, again, I guess what I'm saying is, this whole idea of, is somebody going to die? We've seen this before. It's happened before. I don't think it's it doesn't mean that it's the end of these characters by any means, if you ask me. Certainly not in the case of the Shape. I think the Shape is going. Well, I know the Shape is going to go on in some shape or form or another. But you guys let me know what you think about those comments. And again, I will put that link right now. It'll be in the description of the video. And for the live audience, here is the link. But don't go watch it quite yet. Just refer back to this later. Okay. And we do have just a few other cool Halloween Ends items to talk about tonight, too, briefly. And this is some pretty cool and fun merch news. because the officially licensed Halloween Ends collection from Fright Rags is coming. Now, we knew this was coming. Fright Rags has done some amazing merch collections for the 2018 film, for Halloween Kills, and of course, no surprise, they've got a collection, officially licensed, Halloween Ends collection, dropping in just a few weeks. So, we talked previously here on Michael Myers Monday about the Fright Rags announcement that pre-orders are coming in September. And we got just the smallest little hint of some of the new artwork. Well, just a few days ago, Fright Rags unveiled this tasty teaser of those new designs. 6 new officially licensed Halloween Ends designs. And they also gave the official announcement that pre-orders will start on September 2nd. And that is a Friday, September 2nd. That's when you'll be able to start pre-ordering these new designs. And they're going to be coming, I'm sure, in standard t-shirts. I'm sure some of them will be available as long sleeves and various styles. But this is a pretty good teaser of some of what we can expect here. Now, all the way there on the right, I think it's pretty obvious that is the poster. They did the poster shirt for 2018 for Kills, and of course they're going to do the poster shirt for Ends. I'm actually wearing my Fright Rags poster shirt for HK. It's super comfortable and worth every penny, I have to say. I love it. So I'm probably going to have to get that one because I did get the 2018 poster shirt as well. But look at these other designs. This is kind of our first time getting a little bit of a look at this. Now that center one, which is bathed in red here in this promo, I believe that is the same image that we got just a little taste of, the Justin Osborne artwork that was teased in a previous post about this collection. And it looks like here they're trying to hide it a little bit more by bathing it in red. I don't know if it's actually going to be that in the design. That's not the way it really looked in the other. But that design appears to be kind of the main design, I guess, if you will, for Halloween Ends. It's akin to Justin Osborne's design that he did for the HK collection, which was the other t-shirt I bought. You might have seen me wear it here from time to time. It is the one that says "Evil Dies Tonight" on the bottom, and it's got Michael up top and kind of all of the faceless mob of Haddonfield coming for him down below. It's pretty cool. And again, it kind of started with his design with 2018. You know, that previous promo showed all of his designs from 78, 2018, HK, and now this. So this is going to be part of that, but we can't really see a whole lot of it. Now, staying over here on the right side, in between that red image and the poster image, that is a good shot of Laurie Strode. And interesting that she's wearing what looks like her classic 78 outfit. If not, it is clearly meant to take us back to that in a not so subtle nod to her outfit in the original. Again, there very well could be some artistic license here, whether or not she'll actually wear that exact outfit in this film. I don't know. That might just be artistic license taken here with this image. But I think it's a cool image, and I noticed the blood around her neck and on the shirt. And then moving over toward the left, just to the left side of that red image of Michael in the middle, a really cool black and white image of Laurie Strode, and it looks like her face here is going to be reflected on the blade of a knife. And again, in this promo image, I don't know if it's going to be that way on the actual shirt designs, but here anyway, she's black and white except for the eye, which is red. And again, that blood streaming down, it's hard to tell if that's actually part of the design or that might be just kind of added here to actually obstruct part of the designs that they don't want to reveal yet. And again, we're supposed to be going from left to right, but we're going from right to left. Let's just keep that going just on the left of that black and white close-up of Lori there. That looks like a full-body shot of the shape. And, of course, Fright Rags very wisely cuts it right there in half. So we don't really get to see the main part of the mask, which is going to be more significantly different than the HK version. Although we've got a pretty good idea of how it's going to look from the trailer and even from some of these images. And then last but not least is this shot all the way on the left here. And I saved that one for last because Fright Rags did actually share a full image of that one. I say full image. I don't know that this is the full design, but it does appear to be that this is just about the full design here. This is one of those 6 designs. And this one is by artist Kyle Crawford. And they titled this particular design Michael's Last Stand. And again, the official announcement is that the Halloween Ends officially licensed collection from Fright Rags. Pre-orders will start on Friday, September 2nd at 10 a.m. Eastern. At that time, you can pre-order 6 officially licensed Halloween Ends designs for 7 days only. And that's going to include t-shirts, zippered hoodies, baseball tees, and long-sleeve shirt. A long-sleeve shirt. And 1 long-sleeve shirt. And this is our first of those 6 design reveals. The full collection reveal is coming later this week, they say. So we can look for that from Fright Rags later on this week. And some of you guys, collectors or not, you're going to have to, I know you're like me, you're going to have to get your hands on one or a couple of these new tees. So you can be rocking it on premiere night when we go see Halloween Ends for the first time. That's what I'm doing. Let me know if you are too. I really dig this shot, though, by Kyle Crawford. I just like the simple color scheme of black, white, and orange. Using the different shades of orange as blood stains, I think, is a cool touch. I think Michael looks really cool there. The mask looks really cool there. The blackest eyes look really cool there. I like that the blade is so prominent and up front. Of course, that popped collar like it's supposed to be. And what appears to be a full moon in the background there. A big, round, orange hunter's moon behind the shape there. So as far as our first real look at one of these 6 designs, yeah, this is a good one to whet our appetite, and I look forward to seeing the rest. But you guys let me know what you're going to be ordering from the officially licensed Halloween Ends collection from Fright Rags when pre-orders start on September 2nd. All right. And one more just quick Halloween Ends note of interest. Some of you tonight inquired, I've been anxious to find out when the officially licensed Halloween Ends Michael Myers mask by Trick or Treat Studios is going to be unveiled. And when pre-orders will begin, and most importantly, for us and for you guys, when we here at HDN can begin taking our pre-orders, because I've told you that we are going to be carrying that mask, just like we've got the 2018 and the Kills masks currently in stock right now at HalloweenDailyNews.com/shop. Haven't done this in a while, but if you're new here, if you're watching, new here or not, if you're watching this Michael Myers Monday live or recorded, make sure you let us know that you ordered one of the masks. And because you saw me talking about it on Michael Myers Monday, if you do that, I'll throw in a little something extra in the box for you. Anyway, those masks we have in stock right now. We have plenty of them. We're going to have them this weekend at Monster Expo too. But we've got them at our online store. We're going to have the HN's mask. Now, I've previously reported that we were told by Trick or Treat Studios that the official retail price for the Halloween Ends mask is going to be a little bit higher than the previous masks. The Kills mask retails for $70. The Ends mask is going to retail for $80. And we are told that once we see it, we'll all understand why this price increase. It's not that big of a hike if you think about it. It's a $10 difference. But we did report on that a while back. More recently, I told you that I have been in contact with our sales rep at Trick or Treat Studios pretty regularly, pretty constantly bugging them about when we can take these pre-orders, when they're going to start shipping, because it was right around this time last year when all of that started to happen. So today being Michael Myers Monday, I reached out again for an update, and again, we don't have a specific date yet, but I can tell you that the latest of what I have been told is that Trick or Treat is telling us that they expect to have the masks mid-September. Then they will be shipping. Yeah, they're going to be taking. They're going to be receiving them by mid-September. And once they have received all of their masks, they're going to begin shipping them out. So mid to late September is when we're told the best estimate as of today, Monday, August 22nd. That's the best estimate that we're being told from Trick or Treat as to when the mask is going to begin shipping. And as far as pre-orders, they couldn't answer that. That's going to happen likely a little bit before that. But if you remember with the HKs, there was not really a pre-order period. The masks were shipped out, and everybody was basically allowed to begin selling them at the same time. And that worked out pretty good, actually, with the HKs. But again, they had an extra year to sit on those and to really fine-tune that distribution scenario and really work it out just right. Hopefully, though, they're going to follow a similar scenario, with the exception that it's going to be a couple weeks later than it was last year. But mid to late September, again, that still means we all should have our new HN's masks in hand in time for the premiere to go rock the theater, stalking people in their popcorn at the premiere of Halloween Ends on October 14th or on October 13th if you're going to the Thursday night premiere, which I think we all are, right? Anyway, so I know it's not much, but that's what I got this week for Halloween Ends news and updates. You know what to do. Let me hear your thoughts on all of this. And I'm going to turn back over here to the live chat and see what's happening. Let's see. Keith A in the house. What's up, man? Only $10, not bad. Yeah, I mean, again, I wish it was 70 like the last one, but I mean, what are you going to do? It is the newest one. I'm honestly not that surprised. If it was a much more of a hike, I could see people throwing a fit. But yeah, I don't think $10 is the end of the world. Mr. Epic Smalls just checked in, says the final trailer is coming this Friday. Interesting. I'm sure we'll be getting a second trailer. I don't know if it's coming this Friday or not. But that would be cool if so. I tell you what, if they do drop a trailer this weekend while we are out of town at Mad Monster Party, we're going to have to get a little creative for our live breakdown and discussion with that one. Might even have to do it right there from our booth at Mad Monster. If that's what happens, we'll see. I've not heard that it's definitely happening this Friday, but if you guys know something I don't, let me hear it. Let's see. Pika says, "Wowie." Yes, Rob. Yes, Fright Rags also has the 78 action figures back, except for PJ Souls. Yes, the Michael and Lori 78 retro-styled action figures. Yes, that's a good point. I didn't mention that. They do have some of those back in stock. If you missed out on those, I highly recommend pick those up. If you're a collector, an action figure guy like me, they are badass. But if you missed out on Linda, shame on you. That one, so cool. Patrick says, with all of the other Halloween stuff I've been buying, what's another $10, right? I know, right? Billy Wall's asking about the mask. There you go. That's the latest I've got straight from Trick or Treat. That's what we're being told as official sellers. So Keith says, Michael needs to live to prove he is the only shape, nobody but him. The shape can't die. No jumping evil to shape to anyone else. Yeah, again, I mean, again, shock me, whatever. You know, I'm up for something different. But yeah, the perfect ending is let Michael die or whatever. I've said this before to you guys. This is just my own perfect ending. Is end it the way 78 ended. Pretty much identical to that. I've said that before here. If you ask me, who's going to argue with that? He can die, quote unquote. Laurie can, you know, whatever. But then, at the very end, at the end of the end, even after the credits, he's not there. Boom. He's still out there. There you go. Just my 2 cents. But Anthony likes the all red Myers shirt. I'm just wondering if it's truly going to be all red like it is in that promo. You think it will be? The October says 1,249 hours until Halloween ends. I love it. Yes, keeping us in check with the countdown. Damn right. Young Major checking in. Happy Triple M, man. Chad Coleman says, I just recently was finally able to watch Halloween Kills. Now I'm pumped for ends. Hell yes. Yeah, you know, I love Kills. Yeah, Jim. I mean, it's a good Q&A with John and Sandy. You know, it's fun. It's John being John Carpenter, you know. But, I mean, they're out there for like a good 35, 40 minutes or something. And you know, again, I mean, they don't get into it any much more than what I said. And I don't even really think, I mean, it's John Carpenter being John Carpenter. So he's going to say, you know, he likes fucking with people. You know, we know this. And so you got to take everything he says a little bit with a grain of salt anyway. Keith agrees that that's his dream ending as well. Rob says, I agree with you. Oh, you're agreeing with Brett. Get out to Lowe's for the decoration. The music is thumbs down on the lights. Yeah, we went out to our Lowe's. That is the only downside on some of those new Myers items is that weird music. I mean, I know why they did it. You know, they wanted something copyright royalty free, which, you know, it's just an odd choice that they went with those. And it is odd too because, I mean, I've got lots of decorations, string lights. I mean, I've got string lights that aren't Michael's face, that are just jack-o'-lanterns that play the Halloween theme. You know, I've got this weird little tabletop animatronic I got from Kmart probably 10 years ago, and it's not Michael Myers. It's a teddy bear wearing a hockey mask, and I'll show it to you guys one week. But remind me, because it is one of the weirdest things I've got, but I love it. But my point is, when you press the button and it starts doing its movement, it plays John Carpenter's Halloween theme. So it is just weird that, you know, that theme has been used on things that weren't even so exactly Michael Myers related, but were Halloween items in the past. But here, these items are, you know, it's officially licensed from Halloween 2, all those items at Lowe's. Odd choice. I will say, though, that Michael Myers animatronic that they've got, that Jenny made, you know, we've talked about it a lot before. It's a re-release from Jenny's 2020 Michael Myers animatronic that didn't get a whole lot of circulation, but it's back, and they made some slight modifications on it. They did add some bullet hole wounds. I think they may have added one or two extra ones from the looks at it. I noticed that I was counting on like 6 and 7, and some of them, again, it's licensed from Halloween 2 though, so maybe they just listened to the shots fired at the beginning of Halloween 2 and not the dialogue that it's supposed to be 6 shots. But in any case, and it could be blood from other wounds and whatever too. You can explain that away. But I do think it's a couple more than 6 wounds on the coveralls. But the coveralls look better. They're darker, they're dirtier, they're bloody. The mask, again, it too looks a little dirtier, as it should, especially being in H2 officially. I mean, it doesn't look specifically like Dick Warlock's H2. It doesn't really look anything like that. But, you know, it looks better than it did in 2020. I mean, it's still basically the same. It is the same sculpt and the same mask, but it looks like they took a little more care to it this time around. Again, though, licensed from H2 would have been kind of cool. You know, think about this, Jemmy, for next year. If you're going to bring it back again, do the Blood Tears variation. You know, just throwing that out there. When I think H2 Michael Myers, Dick Warlock, I think those Blood Tears, man. I think those Blood Tears. A couple other quick merch notes real quick. The Blacklight Michael Myers pop, that link in the description of this video, is still in stock on Amazon at the moment if you haven't got yours. But unfortunately, that Michael Myers with Bob bobblehead from made by Royal Baubles and available exclusively from Hot Topic. Yeah, you guys bought those up and they are sold out now, online at least. It's another one I'm going to have to try to hunt down in the wild. And there is one more little merch heads up that'll come as part of our shout outs here in just a minute. You'll see what I'm talking about. But again, a great time to be a Michael Myers collector. As we've said many times here, all this great merch is out. I mean, these bobbleheads, you know, I'm not the biggest bobblehead guy, but I mean, how cool is it that Royal Bobbles is pulling these iconic moments from the 78 film and doing these? I mean, not just Myers with a knife. I mean, that's cool enough. And they've also done other ones. They've done Myers on the porch. They've the ones we own is Myers in the sheet with Bob's glasses, and the Young Myers, which I love both of those. And these are heavy duty resin baubles. So yeah, that Spirit with the Hedge, that was online for a few days, and you guys bought them out. And then it was like right after we talked about that Hot Topic exclusive, we bought them out too. But I do have another heads up for you, because I know you just can't get enough, right? Yeah, so like I've been saying, Royal Baubles has been killing it with their Myers bobbleheads recently. And yeah, you shouldn't be surprised, but there's another. This one is exclusive from Zaddy. And I know it looks like their previous release of Michael standing at the top of the stairs. Classic Nick Castle shot looking over the banister, holding the knife up. Yes, it is a re-release of that. The only difference is this particular variant is glow in the dark. That's right. This bad boy glows in the dark. So even if you've got the previous release of this, I know some of our collector friends out there watching this right now are going to have to be ordering this up. All right, so again, I'm going to do you a solid. I haven't ordered mine yet, and it's probably going to sell out before I get a chance to again. But I'm going to go ahead and share this link in the live stream for you guys. And I will add it to the description of this video when we get done here. All right, there you guys go. That'll take you over to that brand new glow-in-the-dark bauble. Now, if that ain't enough badass new Michael Myers 2022 Halloween 78 bobbleheads, then I don't know what is. But hey, let's never say never, because I wouldn't be surprised if there's still more to come at the rate they're going. How about some Loomis love? Come on, guys. Let's see it. Patrick is already ordered. Of course you have, man. Yes, Patrick is. Yeah, if you guys think I'm addicted to the figures and the collectibles, yeah, you should see Patrick's collection. And he's got an awesome Michael Myers collectors group on Facebook, and he's on Instagram, so check him out. And he's an HDN Club member. That's what we call our channel members. $5 a month. Be like our members and join the club. Come on. Yes. Patrick. Yes, Keith. Patrick has an amazing collection, It is so badass. All right, Michael Audrey Myers is out. Says, have a great night, everyone. He's got stabbing to do. Keith says, marketing for Inns should ramp up soon and be on NBC NFL football Sunday nights. Hopefully they do it justice. Yeah. Yeah, hopefully they keep the spoilers to a minimum this time. I agree with you, man. Brett's asking about the Halloween Candy Bowl at Party City. No, I have not seen that. A new Halloween Candy Bowl at Party City. Interesting. Mr. Epic says there's no copycat killer. People speculate that Corey is the killer. I think there'll be a killer that also escaped in 2018 with Michael. Like somebody else escaped in addition to Michael and Tivoli. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know where they're going with the whole copycat thing. I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced of anything one way or the other right now when it comes to that. I'm not going to get into that too much tonight. I've speculated on previous weeks about the Corey character and the idea of a copycat, and also the idea, kind of the recurring idea of copycats of other characters playing Michael Myers to an extent in this franchise in previous films and in previous drafts of early scripts for previous films, and we've talked pretty in detail on that. But I do think that what's going on with the marketing and keeping all that at the minimum, and even the fact that we haven't gotten many stills out, by this time there was much more material from HK out by this time last year. But then again, HK was forced to sit on the shelf for a whole year beyond when it was going to be released. So they had a long time to divvy out some of that stuff. But I did think we'd have a little bit more by now. I mean, we're coming up on just about 6 or 7 weeks to go. So I do think that the marketing is going to start ramping up. I don't think it's going to get there's going to be too much like network TV marketing probably until later part of September and obviously into October. But yeah, if they're kicking off football on NBC Universal networks, then yeah, that might make sense that they drop a first look at a new trailer somewhere in there maybe and say, go to HalloweenMovie.com for the full trailer, HalloweenEnds.com for the full trailer, something like that. That might be a good place to drop that, and certainly get a lot of eyeballs on it. I don't know, but you guys, let me know what you think. And yeah, I mean, I think we're definitely getting another trailer. I think that goes without saying. There's been 2 for both of the previous films, and I think there will be a second one. As to when, I mean, this Friday, I mean, it could be, but I kind of think they're going to wait maybe another week or 2, maybe until after Labor Day even, and then hit us with a, when the marketing really does start kicking in at that point. But that's just my take on it. I could be way off on that. Rob says also Party City has Halloween 3 masks. Very cool. Yeah, I believe they're the Trick or Treat Studios masks that Party City's. I mean, they carry Trick or Treat Studios products and mini mask makers, but yeah, I believe they are carrying the H3 masks and the new glow in the dark ones too, probably. Brett says Patrick is the man, number one, like the Duke of New York. I love the Escape from New York reference. Snape Plissken fucking rules. Somebody out there, one of you guys, fan filmmakers, comic book artists, Snape Plissken, Michael Myers. Let's have these two somehow come into contact in some universe. Come on, man. I'm all about that. Two of John Carpenter's greatest creations. Love it. Love that reference. He says need to push a bit more after Labor Day. Yeah, I think I think after Labor Day, even for people that don't live and breathe all things Halloween 24/7 like we do here at HTN and like a lot of you guys do, I think it's after Labor Day where it's a little more accepted that, okay, now we can talk about Halloween. I mean, I always look at once school has started, September has begun, Labor Day is come and gone, then the stores, the Walmarts and the Targets, they can put away all the back to school stuff because everybody's back to school, and you know what's next. So at that point, I think it's a little more acceptable. Not that it needs to be, but yeah, I think then people can relate to the concept of, you're still going to have some people now in August when they see an HN's poster or a trailer, they're going to be, they're already talking about Halloween and all. Meanwhile, we're like, come on, why aren't you talking about Halloween? Patrick says Escape from Smith's Grove has a nice ring to it. Hell yes. Oh man, you are giving me some ideas now. Could you imagine what if Snape Plissken is captured, but instead of like sending him into LA or into New York, they gotta send him into Smith's Grove. Yes, the inmates have taken over Smith's Grove and he's gotta go in there. There you go. Boom. Yes, Keith. St. Louis, right where Escape from New York was filmed. Yes, it was. That is awesome. Oh, I love that film. Yeah, this is Michael Myers Monday, so I don't want to take away from that. But John Carpenter and Deborah Hill created Michael Myers, and so we celebrate all things Michael Myers. And so, of course, every day here at HGN is a celebration of the man, the myth, the legend, John Carpenter. And the great Deborah Hill as well, and of course Mustafa Khan and everybody, Erwin Yablans, all the parents and godparents and grandparents of this wonderful franchise that we all live and breathe so much. So, but we could do a whole night on Escape from New York, Escape from LA, and watch that Carpenter Q&A because they ask about Escape from Earth. And specifically about, Kurt Russell coming back to play the character in it, because that's what they always wanted to do after Escape from LA was Escape from Earth. And you can watch it, but I'll paraphrase real quick, and I'm getting off the subject, but whatever, it's a good subject. Snake Plissken rules, you guys. But anyway, yeah, if anybody could ever imagine Michael versus Jason, Michael versus Snake. Now that is probably the only verses that I might be interested, like truly interested, to really see. Michael versus, yeah, figure that one out for me. Anyway, John's response is that, because they've been trying to bring Escape from New York back, like basically as a remake, which I think, anyway, I've got my thoughts on that. But why remake it? Why not just do Old Man Snake with Kurt Russell today? And have Snake be the age that Kurt is today. Old Man Snake. It would be perfect. And John kind of acknowledges that. He says that Kurt doesn't want to play the character again right now. He just thinks he's too old. And he knows that he'd have to do a lot of, physical prep. And I think it's that part that he feels like, he would have to do the character justice. And he doesn't want to do it. He doesn't feel like he can do it right now. It sounds like from John's response. You guys can watch it and hear it. But then John adds this key bit that we're talking about, that the way to do it is to have him be an old gunslinger. Like Clint Eastwood in Unforgiven. It's Snake. Oh, come on, guys. Yeah. figure it out. And if you work Michael Myers in there somehow, that works too. But yeah, Old Man Snake. And people talk about John Carpenter. Is he going to direct again? He doesn't really say that he's going to in this at all. I know in a recent interview, I didn't really touch on it because he kind of hinted that he's got a project, or actually the article hints. His exact quotes don't say it, but the article hints that he's got upcoming projects, that he's going to be flexing his directorial and writing and music muscles. And everybody's like, oh, does that mean he's gonna direct something? What's all that mean? Look, I'm hoping John directs again. I would love him to. But I don't, I'm not going to jump on all that as, oh, he's talking about he's going to direct again. Let's wait and see. There's been some starts and stops even in the past. But as the biggest John Carpenter fan in the world, as, if you want to put a cap on that career, I mean, he's only ever done one sequel. He's producing these sequels, but he's only ever directed one sequel, and it was Escape from L.A. Make that a trilogy, and if you got to end with a bang, let that be, let Old Man Snake. Anyway, Snake Plissken fans and John Carpenter fans and Escape from New York fans know what I'm talking about. The rest of y'all, I'm sorry, I digress. Back to Michael Myers now to wrap up the show. But after a drink. Brett Patrick says he's going to cringe whenever someone else ends up playing Snake. It's going to be rough. I agree. And that's why I say as long as Kurt Russell is here with us and still the best actor out there, I think. I mean, he is just... And Carpenter is here. I mean, turn them loose. Somebody, please, and do Old Man Snake. That being said, if the role has to be recast, if and when, we know it will happen one day. I'm going to throw a name out there, and this is the one guy that I think, number one, commercially, I think would help the film, like actually sell tickets to people that aren't familiar with the original. But also, I actually think he's the one actor, other than Kurt, working today that I could, like when I picture him in the role, I say, okay, he could probably do it justice. And you guys tell me what you think. Again, we're off subject, but Norman Reedus as Snake Plissken. Kurt's always first choice. Kurt is Snake Plissken. There should not be anybody else playing the character as long as Kurt Russell is here with us. And he is still acting in projects. If he can play Santa Claus, he can play Snake Plissken, right? But when the day comes, we know it's inevitable. My vote is for Norman Reedus. If somebody else is ever going to play a younger version of Snake Plissken again, I think, nobody will ever top Kurt in that role, and he owns the role forever. But we know it's got to happen. But you guys tell me what you think. Again, we're getting off the subject of Michael Myers, but it's Carpenter, so it is still Michael Myers. But Norman Reedus, you guys tell me what you think. Darlene has entered the live chat. Happy Michael Myers Monday. Welcome. Always Tango and Cash too. Yeah, there could be that. Yeah, I think Kurt. Anyway, we're off the subject now, but you guys got me thinking about it. But I've thought about that a lot because I love the character of Snake Plissken. I love Escape from New York. I love Escape from L.A. It's not nearly as good for certain reasons, but everything that Carpenter and Russell do in it, I mean, it's great. So I would love to see Escape from Earth as Old Man Kurt, and if Carpenter could, even if he could just executive produce it and do the music and write it, co-write it with Kurt, even co-write it with his wife Sandy King Carpenter, maybe. Yeah, I'm first in line for all that. You guys like my pick, Norman. Thank you, Keith, Brett, and Rob. You guys can see it too. Yeah. Again, I mean, it should be Kurt. I mean, as long as, Kurt is on this plane with us, in this world with us, and acting nonetheless, it should be him. But, and one other thing about Norman Reedus is I believe that if he got the role, I think he would respect it in a way that we want. Like, if somebody else has to play that role, absolutely has to. I mean, I don't know Norman Reedus. I've never met him. I've never even met him at a convention or anything. But just what little bit I know of him, just through social media, interviews, whatever, and just from years of watching him on The Walking Dead and other films and stuff. John Carpenter's Cigarette Burns, his Masters of Horror episode. Again, don't get me going. We're getting off subject here tonight. You already got me going, but anyway, yeah, that's my pick, and I think he would do it as much justice as anybody else could. I do really believe he would approach it in a way that we want that guy to approach it. So he's my pick if somebody's got to do it, or when somebody has to do it, because we know it's a matter of time. It's just the way. It's amazing it hasn't happened yet, but I'm glad it hasn't happened yet, and I hope it's because it just hasn't been right yet. But it'll happen one day, and it may or may not be Norman, but again, fingers crossed it's him. If not, if it can't be Old Man Snake, played by Kurt Russell himself. Yeah. David Suber met him many times. Of course you did. I'm not surprised. Yeah. Yeah, you guys. Brett says, sorry for throwing you off subject there. That's all right, man. Yeah. Yeah. Only a few viewers left while we got into our Snake Plissken John Carpenter Fest here. Just a few viewers tuned out for that. That's all right, though. That's all right. It has to be done sometimes. I'm a huge Snake Plissken fan, Escape from New York fan, all things Carpenter fan. So, speaking of which, back on Halloween Ends, we're probably going to be getting the new track from the soundtrack pretty much any day now, too. I know we're all, fingers crossed for a new trailer soon, but I would almost think we might get that first track from the soundtrack sooner than that. Maybe that's going to come before the end of this month, maybe. All right. Before I do shout outs, I do want to plug our upcoming appearance at Mad Monster Expo this weekend. I know David Suber, we're going to see you there. This is going to be an epic horror convention and Halloween event. They've got a stellar, kick-ass lineup of guests. But from this franchise alone, we're talking Tommy Lee Wallace, Sandy Johnson, Dick Warlock, Tom Atkins, Stacy Nelkin, and even Dee Wallace from Rob Zombie's Halloween 07. So technically, 6 people from this franchise alone. And that includes, of course, Dick Warlock, Tommy Lee Wallace, Tom Atkins, Stacy Nelkin are all there celebrating this year's 40th anniversary of Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. And you guys know what a big Season of the Witch fan I am. I love me some H3. And so we are so geeked this weekend to celebrate 40 years of H3, 40 years of Silver Shamrock with Tom, Stacy, Dick, and Tommy. And not to mention Sandy Johnson is going to be there as well. It's going to be an awesome event. And that's, again, just the guests from this franchise. Let me show you who else is coming to this event, guys. It is happening this weekend, August 26th, 27th, and 28th. Concord, North Carolina. And look at this guest lineup. You've got 2 of the stars of the new Predator movie, Prey, making their first ever convention appearance. We got a Killer Clowns from Outer Space cast in director's reunion. Horror icon Barbara Crampton is going to be there. John Cassier, the Crypt Keeper himself. Ted Raimi, iconic Butch Patrick of the Monsters and Rob Zombie's new Monsters movie. Ola Ray, who we've all watched a billion times on Michael Jackson's classic thriller video. Millie Shapiro from Hereditary. And again, Dee Wallace is going to be there, and she is joining her E.T. co-stars Henry Thomas and our friend Robert McNaughton. We just saw all three of them at Scares That Care charity weekend. Also, for pro wrestling fans, you can see here Jake the Snake Roberts, the legend himself, Big Papa Pump, Scott Steiner, and Matt Hardy have also been added to the guest list. And then there's these cool guest speakers, many of which you guys should recognize, like John Russo, writer of Night of the Living Dead and The Return of the Living Dead. Our friend Megan Grant of Get Dead Crew, James Balsamo, Tom Devlin of the Monster Museum in Vegas, and check this out, Aiden Fisher, who is Joseph Quinn's guitar double, playing Eddie Munson in Stranger Things Season 4. And Maeve and Amanda are also going to be there as well, talking Ghost Hunting 101. So that's one thing that sets this event a little bit different, is that in addition to just the Q&A panels and the celebrity signings, and of course dozens of vendors and artists on site, they're also doing these classes, these workshops, these special events. And best of all, we will be there. That's right. We're going to be there. Halloween Daily News. We're going to have a table on the vendor floor. I'm going to be there. My wife Sue is going to be there. Our boy Uzziah is going to be there. We're going to be out in force, the whole HDN crew. You're going to see us if you're there. You're going to see us running around. We're the ones with the cameras slung over our shoulders, running around like we're late for something, because we usually are late for a panel or late for whatever, some kind of photo op, something we're trying to get to. But if you spot me or us out there, then be sure to stop us and say hello, especially if you're a regular viewer. I can't wait to connect with some of you guys, as we did at Scares That Care, as we have at Mad Monster in previous years, as I expect we will at Hunt and Screams next month. It's an exciting event. Like I said, that guest list, it just doesn't get a whole lot better than that. I mean, that is a stacked guest list. Con goers, regular convention goers will tell you that is a good guest list. And if you're a Halloween franchise fan, I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. I mean, literally, you got Tommy Lee Wallace. He's the editor and production designer. He created the mask. He plays the Shape in a lot of the iconic scenes in Halloween 78. You've got Sandy Johnson, the Shape's first ever victim. Check out our interview elsewhere on this channel. She's amazing. You've got Dick Warlock, Michael Myers in Halloween 2. We were just talking about him. Our friend Dick Warlock's going to be so awesome to see him again. And of course, he's stunt coordinator and the assassin in Halloween 3. And he's joining Tanya Lee Wallace, writer and director of the film, and the film's stars, Tom Atkins, legendary icon Tom Atkins, and the very awesome, very talented, very cool Stacey Nelkin, who I also had the pleasure of interviewing way back in 2015, and it's going to be great to see her again and to connect with all of them again, and everybody else I just named, and all of you guys. We are so excited to be hitting the road. That being said, like I said earlier, we're not going to be live next Monday for Michael Myers Monday, because we're going to be on the road all day coming home from Mad Monster. And once we get home, I'm going to be wiped out and pretty incoherent for a few hours at least. Now, if they happen to drop a new trailer that day, I might eat my words and still be here live at 10:31 p.m. Eastern. next Monday. But short of something monumental and breaking news-wise like that, probably not going to be live next Monday. But Art the Clown is back. Terrifier fans, take note. You're going to want to join me tomorrow, Tuesday, August 23rd, because we are going to be live right here on the HDN channel again for Terrifier Tuesday for a breakdown and discussion with you guys of the brand new Terrifier 2 trailer dropping tomorrow. I'm not going to get into the teaser footage that was released today because it was just little snippets, just a little bit, and we're so close to a brand new trailer. Let's just talk about it tomorrow. And it's almost midnight anyway. It's almost technically beginning Terrifier Tuesday anyway. It's going to be a fun one. So you're going to want to join me for that tomorrow if you're a Terrifier fan. And come on. Of course you guys are. Of course we're all counting down the days for Terrifier 2's release as well. I mean, this is just such a magical time to be a horror fan, to be a Halloween fanatic, and of course to be a Michael Myers fan. All right, time for shout-outs. You know how we do it. Every week, I pick out just a couple random tweets and posts on Instagram using the hashtag Michael Myers Monday. And maybe it has something to do with something we were talking about on tonight's show. Maybe it's just something that caught my eye for whatever reason. But there's so many I can't share them all. I can't post them all. And I can't talk about them all here on shout-outs. I can't give everybody a shout-out. But I try to do what I can. I try to retweet as many as I can. Repost as many as I can. Share in our stories. And it's awesome. Because for 9 years now, since 2013, this is our 10th anniversary of Halloween Daily News. 9 years ago, we launched the Michael Myers Monday hashtag on social media. And ever since then, it just took on a life of its own. So people everywhere just make it their own. And so some of these hashtags celebrate that. So right now, we're going to do some Michael Myers Monday shout-outs. All right, and like I said, this first one is actually a bit of news as well. This comes from Jewel Sains at Collinwood of on Twitter. It says, picked these up today at Walmart. And talking about more new officially licensed Halloween 2 Michael Myers merch. This is this year's Walmart exclusive Michael Myers inflatable. And as you can see, it's another new design. Now, last year, Walmart released their 5-foot Michael Myers inflatable. And you'll remember, we bought it. Actually, we didn't. We were gifted that by our friend Rory. And we were actually gifted that inflatable at Mad Monster Expo. See how it all ties in? We were gifted that after we purchased the Target exclusive, the 3-foot, the Statty Halloween. Well, then we bought the Walmart 5-footer. It's Michael with a knife and a pumpkin. And we've talked previously about how this year Lowe's has their Michael Myers Halloween 2 inflatable. And it's yet another variation. It's a 3.5-footer, and it's Michael with the pumpkin only minus the knife. But now we've got yet another one, guys. Another inflatable available at Walmart. Now, my local Walmart doesn't have their Halloween stuff out yet. They are very slow on that, typically every year, unfortunately. But Jewel Sains says that their Walmart had their Halloween inflatables out. They picked up the new Chucky and this new Michael Myers. Now, the face... This is Jimmy's. I talked about this last year. This is made by Jimmy, and this is kind of their, what I call the Charlie Brown Michael Myers, the Peanuts Michael Myers. It's kind of their kid-friendly, non-offensive cartoon version of Michael Myers. And for what it is, it's kind of cool, It's weird. It's different. But I call it the Charlie Brown Michael Myers. But this year's inflatable, as we can see, courtesy of Jewel Sains here on Twitter, Now it's the 5-footer, but now it's holding a banner, but it's not the Stabby Halloween banner like 3-footer last year. This is a new banner. It says, "Killing it since 1978." And then it's got the jack-o'-lantern with a knife stuck into it. I dig it. And yeah, I'm probably going to have to add that to the collection. I'm going to have to find $35 somewhere. I'm going to have to find one out there in the wild somewhere. Or, you know, if anybody wants to pick one up, if they see an extra one at their local Walmart and bring it to us at Mad Monster Expo, hey, you know, that's where we'll be this weekend. But no, seriously, I'm going to be hitting some Walmarts and some spirits and doing all kinds of Hallow hunting this week. So that's one more item I'm going to have to be keeping my eyes out for. It's pretty cool. All right. Staying here on Twitter, this one comes from KC Boogeyman at Wild Thing Night, Michael Myers Monday, and they say the mannequins were dressed by the chimney with care in hopes that the Great Pumpkin would soon be there. And I think we can all relate to that. Another one from Twitter. This is from Bride of Chaos at MZ Creepy Pants, a beloved classic, Norman Rockwell's The Night He Came Home. Pretty awesome spin on a classic Norman Rockwell Halloween painting. Illustration, I should say. Moving over to Instagram now. Speaking of that Michael with Bob bobblehead, that Hot Topic exclusive that is now sold out online. We'll keep an eye out if it comes back in stock. It probably will at some point. But here's Chicago Boogeyman, who's also got an amazing collection. Shared their picture today over on Instagram. Says, "Happy Michael Myers Monday. So excited to receive this totally incredible Michael Bob bobblehead from Royal Baubles and exclusively available from Hot Topic. This is one of the coolest pieces of Halloween memorabilia ever released, in my humble opinion. Let's do a Michael behind the clothesline next, Royal Baubles." Look, I agree. Michael behind the clothesline would be amazing, and I think Royal Baubles is going to be on it. I think they are going to hear this suggestion and put it into action. And I got to agree with Chicago Boogeyman. Definitely one of the coolest Michael Myers collectibles ever released. What do you think, Patrick? You're the collector expert here. Where do you rank this bauble? I mean, it might be the coolest of the bobbleheads, period. It is just wild. You know, it was cool to see John Michael Graham, who plays Bob, at Mad Monster Expo last year around this time. I wonder if he's seen this figure yet. I bet he hasn't. Another one from Instagram. This comes from Andy for the money. It says people's timelines all this week. And yeah, I gotta say, I've seen a lot of back to school stuff in the timelines. This, of course, giving us a Michael Myers spin on that. And last but not least, also from Instagram, this is Dr. Headley Art. They say spooky season is coming soon. That means it is time to start getting my Halloween-centric art ready to share, like this brand new alternative movie poster for John Carpenter's legendary classic and my favorite, Halloween. And I shared this because I like this simplistic, stark poster. Not a lot going on it, but not a lot really needed, and it really just kind of gets the point across. Again, I like the simple color scheme, the red, the black, and just the white of the mask. and recreating one of those iconic shots that we all remember and love so much. All right, guys, be sure to use the Michael Myers Monday hashtag every week, and don't be shy about tagging us on your social media of choice. I'll see it, I'll repost it, and reshare it, and you never know, you might get a shout out here on Michael Myers Monday Live. And feel free to reach out through the DMs as well. They get a little crowded sometimes, so I don't always see it right away. The best way to reach me immediately is to shoot us an email. You can find our business email address in the description of this video, or you can always, again, just go to our main website, HalloweenDailyNews.com. Right up in the menu, you can click the contact button. It will take you right to our contact page. The address there is HalloweenDailyNews.com/contact, and you can reach out to us there. And I'll see the emails right away then when you send it that way. In any case, however you reach out to us, be sure to tag us in your Michael Myers Monday posts so we don't miss them. And when you're out Hallow hunting and you see some cool Michael Myers merch, like our friend Jenny spotted some cool stuff at Spencer's recently, again, be sure to tag us and send us a message on that stuff too. We'd love to see it because there's a lot out there and a lot that we're not even aware of that I'm being surprised with sometimes. Some of this spirit stuff. There's some cool new Sam trick-or-treat stuff that I did see in the spirit store that's not on the website yet and hadn't been announced anywhere, and I've never seen it before anywhere else before. So there's a lot of that type of stuff out there right now, and 'tis the season for reveals, releases, unveilings, and more. There's a lot going on. It's very exciting. And I know I'm always saying it, but you guys know it's true. There's never been a better time to be a fan of this guy. There's more happening, more going on out there. We do have that mask drop coming very soon. Might be next month from what we're hearing, but it's coming very soon. NECA's going to be dropping that new figure. We got that Fright Rags collection coming up imminently now. Lot going on. All right, everybody. I'm going to turn over here to the live chat one more time, and then we are getting out of here, and I will see you tomorrow. Patrick says, this is by far the best of the baubles so far. There you go. And Patrick owns all of them. So there you go. Take it from an expert. I can't argue with that, man. I really can't. It is wild. Thank you, Keith. Thank you so much. Thank you, Rob. Thank you, David Suber. Rob says, awesome show. Look forward to the show every Monday night, and we'll miss it next week. Another awesome show. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Keith is going to check Walmart tomorrow. Yes. Yeah, y'all tell me if you see it at your local Walmart. I was just at mine the other day, and I've got a friend that works at our local one, and I made them promise they'd let me know as soon as they see any Halloween going out. So I don't think there's any at ours, but they might be slipping. I don't know. I might have to go double check. Larry Moore is in the house. What's up, man? Sammy Gomez, that's one hell of a lineup. Yes, it is a sick lineup. David Suber, see you there? Absolutely. I'm going to see you there, bro. Absolutely. And then let me go ahead and plug the next show that we're going to be talking a lot about after Mad Monster. Of course, when we get back next week, you're going to see our rollout of all of our coverage for Mad Monster, like always. And we're also going to be talking a lot about our next event, because it's going to be coming up in less than a month after that. September 17th and 18th, 2 days only, Hampton, Virginia, Haunted Screams Expo. This is a horror convention. There's also a Halloween Haunt Expo event, and it's a car show with monster movie cars. So a little bit of everything. Like I said, Brad Laree is going to be there representing this franchise. Also, makeup effects artist Gary J. Tunnicliffe, who worked with Brad on Resurrection. He also worked on The Curse of Michael Myers and a ton of other movies that you and I love. Look him up on IMDb. If you don't know who he is, you're gonna know so much of his work. Literally, he's worked on a ton of stuff. But as far as this franchise, um, Part 6 and Resurrection, he worked on. Um, awesome lineup. David Naughton from American Werewolf in London is going to be there. Andrew Bernarski from the '03 Chainsaw remake and its prequel. Lyndon Porco, who played the Chucky, and he was the body of Chucky running around in Cult of Chucky, as well as Leprechaun and Leprechaun Returns. God, there's an awesome lineup. Miguel Nunez is going to be there as well from The Return of the Living Dead and a ton of other awesome films. Great lineup. HauntedScreams.com. You can find out all the details, lineup, celebrity guest lineup, schedule of events. The makeup contest happening on Saturday, I believe, is actually going to be judged by Tunnicliffe and Mike Reagan, who worked on Pumpkinhead, The Feast films, and again, a ton of movies that you and I love. They've worked on these special effects makeup departments of just dozens of awesome movies. So to have them there in the house judging a live makeup effects contest, you could see our footage of the first 2 years of Haunted Screams makeup effects contest. It was great, but to have these pros there judging it, I mean, somebody might make a really good connection there. And in any case, you're going to be able to have your stuff judged by the guys that really know their stuff. So here's your chance to wow them and blow them away. And we're going to be there both days. And we're going to have a table. We're going to have a booth. And we're going to have coverage. If you can't be there to join us, which should be there. I mean, tickets start at $15 per day. So, you can't beat that. But if you can't be there, we're going to have full coverage of that one as well. So, option A, join us this weekend, Mad Monster Expo. Next month, Haunted Screams Expo. And option B, if you can't make one or both of those, then just chill here on the HGN channel and you can enjoy it virtually from home with our coverage we're going to be bringing you. Like I said, tomorrow, Terrifier Tuesday, actually it's today, later on today, Terrifier Tuesday, we're going to be doing that live trailer breakdown. So turn on your notifications so you don't miss that. It will be earlier in the day, most likely. We've got a photo shoot we've got to do in the evening, and then we got to get packed because we're hitting the road on Wednesday, working our way up to out west to Concord, North Carolina for Mad Monster. So it's probably going to be earlier in the day, like early afternoon is when we're looking at doing that live event tomorrow. So make your plans on joining me for that, and look out this weekend for live reports from Mad Monster Expo. The plan is to go live at some point all 3 days of the event. And then, of course, after the event, we'll have tons of footage we'll be rolling out for you. But try to catch those live events. You never know what's going to happen. You never know who you're going to see. You might see a familiar face there. A lot of our friends are there. Special guest friends, vendor friends, artist friends, just lots of friends. Some of you guys are going to be there. So lots of friends there. So you might see some familiar faces that you recognize. So you definitely want to tune in on those live events when they're happening this weekend. All right, guys. Until then, I'm Matt Arts for Halloween Daily News. Thank you all so much for watching tonight. You guys rock. You guys rule. It's our time. It's Michael's time. He's coming home, and we are here for it. All right, everybody. Happy Michael Myers Monday!